Hey everyone, welcome to our Blender Beginner series. So this whole series is broken up into 6 different chapters. So in chapter 1, we'll look at how to do all the modeling, so taking basic primitive shapes inside Blender and creating more complex 3D assets. And then chapter 2, we'll have a look at how to UV unwrap all of our models so that we can take it into texturing, which we'll cover in chapter 3. Then chapter 4, we'll look at our lighting and our cameras before we start looking at some surface imperfections. And then finally, we'll do rendering and compositing. So there are some resources that you need to download to be able to follow along. So if you click the link in the description of the video, you will find all the reference images we use to actually model everything. There's also a file of all the custom decals I've created that you can use inside the scene, and there's also an ebook that talks through the whole process as well, so you can either follow along to the videos or you can follow along to the ebook as well. It covers the same things. If you've got any questions about anything as you're going through it, leave a comment in the video that you're struggling with, and I'll get back to you. Okay, welcome back to part 10 of the modeling side of things. So we've only got a couple more things left to model. So we're going to model a little cardboard box to house all our spray paints in. So to do that, to begin with, I'm actually going to take one of these cans, move it over here. I'm going to grab that and just duplicate it. Just because I feel like the box should be able to hold, I feel like 6 cans of paint. So let's go to Shift A, Mesh. I'm going to go to Cube, S to scale that down, S, Y, S, Y, something like that. G, Z, S, Z. I'm going to make it a bit smaller so you can see the can lids like popping out. Something like that. I'm going to get rid of that top face there. I'm also going to move this and just delete the rest of those now. So let's grab the edge here. I'm just going to E to extrude it out. Same here, E to extrude it out. Something like that. So we've scaled it, so I'm going to bring all transforms. Then we're going to come back to our modifiers, generate, and go to solidify. Now we don't want to solidify it that much, so like 3 mil will be plenty, maybe even less. I'm going to apply, and then I'm going to grab all these edges, Control B to bevel, something like that. Let's see how that looks if we had a subdivision onto here. So we've got what looks like a cardboard box. Now we're going to add textures that will make it look beat up, but I do want to make it a little bit more beaten up. Let's just see if I can make that bevel a bit more. Control B. If I do 1, it's going to be too much, isn't it? Yeah. So if I do point, I think I did 0.4, didn't I? Generate. Like that. Excuse me, don't do my voice then. So yeah, I want to make it look a little bit more beaten up. So I'm going to add some edge loops just to give it a bit more geometry. like that, because what we'll do is we're going to add a modifier and go to our deform again and go to displace, then grab clouds and turn this power really small. Just so it'll actually displace and break it up a little bit. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, that's intersected with itself a little bit. There you go, something like that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take that, bring that over, add it to my shelf. Like that. And I feel like I'm going to grab paint can, Shift D. I'm going to move that back over. Top G, Shift D, Shift D. Grab all of those, G, Z, come to the front, like that. Shift A, in fact, let's just select all of those. Move those over. Front, Shift A, empty, grab another cube. Hopefully now that you're seeing, because we've got so many more things in here, it does make it quite a bit easier when you've like grouped them together. Select all of it, select and deselect, Control P, keep transforms. There you go, so we've now got that on there. So I'm going to give this a save, and then what we're going to do is a couple of rolls of like masking tape and start to build the rest of our scene that goes along with that. Okay, let's add a couple of rolls of masking tape. So I'm going to Shift A, Mesh, and Cylinder. Now annoyingly, I could only find it in inches, so I'm going to Shift A, Mesh, and Cube, and then X. I'm going to do 3IN for inches. I know it pains me to use the Imperial system, but we're going to grab that S to scale. Like that. Delete. So that's going to be the inner tube of our tape. I'll bring this over. SZ doesn't need to be that big. 3, and grab those faces, I and inset. And I'm going to right click and bridge like that. So let's just check scale wise. What do we think? Yeah, that's going to be the inner tube. So let's grab this face here. I'm going to Shift D to duplicate it, and then P to separate by selection. And then select it, Tab 3A, Alt E, extrude along normals. Give that a little bit of extra width to it, like that. We can then just grab these by holding Shift like that, Control B, rounding off those edges a little bit. Same with the inner tube. I grab those, Control B. Let's apply our scale first, then Control B. Like that. So then we got some tape. Let's grab that and put that on our table. I'm actually going to S and scale that up a bit, I think. Let's grab that GZ, make it a little bit thicker. GZ, rest it on the table somewhere. And then what I'm going to do is make it look like we've finished one roll already. Shift E to duplicate that, move it along, and hide it back here somewhere. Okay, let's stop there. And then the next video, I think, what have we got left to finish? So we'll do start to build the scene that it goes into, have something on the wall. Before we then do, we're going to do a pillow and everything on there as well. So we'll save there, and we'll see you in the next video.